Greetings, and welcome to another episode of Community Chest. I'm Felix Milan, and I'm happy to have today as my guest here Helen Solis-Coughlin, who is she's an advisory member of the Oregon Coast Filipino American Association board here. She also serves on the national board as secretary to the Council of the Filipino American Association. So I'd like to welcome Helen. Hi.
Hi,
Thank you
Felix.
for being on the show.
Thank you, it's a privilege.
I know that the Oregon Coast Filipino American Association is very involved in our community. Could you please tell us what your role is with the organization and what type of involvement does the organization do for Coos Bay, North Bend?
Sure. I'm one of the founding members of the Oregon Coast Filipino American Association, and historically we've been an association since 1999. Our first Christmas official party was 2000, Christmas of 2000. Our organizing members were a bunch of people who when I first moved here in the area, they used to come together and have Christmas parties, and it's just a potluck and just to get together. There's a few families that would like to, of course, taste the Filipino cuisine again and food because they miss home during that time of year. So, and I was thinking that, well, we should have an official organization to catch a wider net of, people in the community. And starting from there, we organized into the Oregon Coast Filipino American Association. We're very involved in the community. Right now we have at least maybe 50 families. And we have a cultural group. The purpose really of the organization is to preserve our cultural heritage and to share it with the community. And also that we have second generation Filipinos who probably missed that opportunity and they like to relive it. So that's one of the purposes, and we do that by actually having a Filipiniana dance group. We form together, we learn choreography from the best known cultural group, the Bayanihan dance group. And we teach it to ourselves, and we teach it also to children, to our young kids, and whoever wants to learn. And with that, there's some members that came and gone, but we have performed at the hospice benefit at Stars in the Little Theater on the Bay. We've worked with humanities advocates under Martin Luther King special celebrations in February, and we perform at the mall and at Mingus Park. And it just depends on who is in the group at that moment, so that we can be able to provide that, share that cultural heritage in the community. And a lot of the Filipiniana dance group also perform at the council when we have conventions usually in Portland or Eugene area, because the members of the Council of Filipino Americans come from southwest of Vancouver all the way south to Medford at one point, and now there's members in Roseburg, and there's a lot of members between Eugene and the Portland area.
So just in our area here, there's 50 families. How many members would you estimate?
Well, there'll probably be about 150. The Christmas parties that we have annually usually have about 200 to 300 people that attend. So
suddenly there's more Filipinos.
Yeah, once you get food, you get more people coming.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah.
So when you started in 1999, it was just basically...
It was just a pre-organization,
I see.
organizational.
And how many people started with you?
There were seven original trust board members. One is Price Parsons. I don't want to miss anybody. I'm going to get in trouble.
That's right.
Letitia Perrin, Nora Hensley, myself, and there's another one, Greg Mendoza. And some of those people have left already the area. and there was also another person who was in the Coast Guard. She'll probably kill me because I forgot her name. They're very good family, but they moved to the East Coast already.
I see.
And they were founding members.
Do they keep in touch with you on what's going on and things like that?
Once in a while we get an email from them, and they do
see.
keep in touch.
So you mentioned about sharing the culture, and I know that's very important for all cultures here in the United States to share their heritage. So let's say on Jose Rizal Day or Founding Fathers Day or something in the Philippines, do you celebrate that here as well?
We did. We celebrated Philippine Independence Day here, which is July 4th, actually.
Oh.
So at one time we had a huge celebration at the in Coos Bay. I forgot the year. That was, everyone from Portland came over.
Nice.
It was actually covered in KCBY. So there is a connection. July 4th is the United States celebration, Independence Day, but it's also the Philippines because it was at that time that the United States liberated us from the Japanese.
Yes.
So we share that common ground.
So how long have you been here in the United States?
I came here when I was 14. So originally I'm from Chicago.
I see.
I grew up in Chicago, and my husband and I moved to the area with our children.
I'm also from Chicago area as well.
Okay.
Was it a culture shock when you came here being a teenager from, were you from Manila?
No, I was from the south. I'm from Davao.
Uh-huh.
So yes, definitely it was a culture shock. I was 14 and very shy. The high schools, of course, are several floors. In the Philippines, we only have one floor. In our school, I came from a small town, and I always was looking for my brother because he was older than me in this high school. Not only that, is that there's only 6 grades in the Philippines. Then you go to high school.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came to high school, they had to move me back, I think 1 year, because I only went through 6th grade, and then I would have been in 3rd grade high school, but that was too young, so they moved me back.
I see. But you adapted.
I adapted, and as always, you know, if you're new in a country at a young age, you are in a position where do I belong? How do I fit in? And I did not. It was hard for me to, you know, get along with a lot of people, but it was also nice that there were people. The variety or the diversity in Chicago is great. So there's a lot of heritage from different Spanish, different groups of people, and that was easier to melt into, I guess. It was in college where I got in touch back with my Filipino roots because we had a Filipino Association in University of Illinois.
I see. So you're fighting Illini then.
Yes.
Do you root for their football team?
Oh, I'm not much of a football fan, but I did once in a while.
Okay. So I would think that your experience of coming here would help other children coming here with families, new members, and you could help them in certain ways to get adjusted and acclimated to this this culture. Do you have programs? Does the organization have programs to help people like that?
Other than just getting together, and we have the programs where we connect them to services that they need to get, lawyers,